Hi, this is Patty. Welcome to another edition of History in Your Own Backyard. Today we are at the one and only Loveland Castle in beautiful Loveland, Ohio. And I'm talking with Sir Joe Carey, and he is going to tell us all about the Loveland Castle. How are you doing, Joe?
I'm doing all right.
Great.
It's proud to be able to tell people about the greatest castle in the United States right here in Loveland.
I know.
Yeah, we got a wedding tomorrow. People come from all over to get married in Loveland in the castle.
That's great.
Yeah, and the scouts are still staying here. They've been staying here overnight here, earning their badges for more than 80 years.
Wow.
And
That's really something.
Yeah.
So when was this castle first built?
Well, it was started in 1927. It was dedicated in 1930 by Harry D. Andrews, and he worked on it for 51 and a half years, him and his Knights of the Golden Trail. And he lived to be 91 in 1981, and when he died, he willed the castle to the Knights of the Golden Trail, and we've been going on ever since. He had it done in 1955 when he retired from Standard Publishing, where he moved in. And it's a Norman-style castle, and that means before gunpowder. As you can see, the people come from all over the country and everything just to see it, and we're some of the luckiest and best, to inherit a place like this.
You sure are.
Yeah. And it's a lot of hard work and everything, but just the fun you get from the people enjoying it and everything, that in itself is
That makes it worth
pay.
it, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Yep.
So when was the stone first laid? What year was that?
In 1927.
1927. The
Yes.
stone was first laid.
Yes. And they had enough to have a dedication in 1930.
In 1930, the dedication. How many? Do you have any idea as to approximately how many stones that it took to build this?
He actually kept track of how many buckets carried, and he estimated how many people were brought up and everything like that, and we have it in his diaries and everything. But I'm not the man that he was, so I don't know right offhand, but quite a many. But you'll see special rocks from all over the world and in every state here that people would bring from their vacations and everything. You can see Pikes Peak, Hawaii, Tennessee, from all over, and he'd put them in the walls for the people. Upstairs, there's rock from every state also. There's even a rock from outer space. There's a piece of a meteorite.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Chateau La Roche, House of Rock.
Now, what was this fashioned after a castle from England or in Europe? Do you know what what castle it was designed from?
Yeah, actually it's three designs. It's German, French, and English, and the design is the Norman style, and that means before gunpowder. It's around the 10th and 11th century. And when Sir Harry was over in Europe during World War I, the war to end all wars, he was stationed at a Château La Roche. That's a castle that was converted into a hospital.
I got you.
He wrote and spoke 7 different languages and with the Red Cross, and so when he got over there, he run that whole hospital.
And I hear that he spoke a lot of different languages.
7, and wrote them.
Wow.
Yes.
Quite amazing.
Well, when he was over there in a foreign country and everything like that, and so many allies and everybody there, and him being able to do that, he just helped out tremendously. That he actually got a scholarship and got to stay over there, and he graduated in classes in medieval architect while he was over there.
Oh, so he definitely knew his stuff then.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's Boy Scouts, church groups. They were
Brownies, all of them. They've been staying here for over 80 years and earning their badges.
That says something in itself that it's been here, that people have been using it for this many years. It's quite impressive. It really is.
Yeah, when you were growing up and everything, coming out here and helping and everything, you didn't think about overtime or time and a half. You got thinking about helping a guy build a castle.
Right.
And so sometimes having the youth help you and everything is really so. The scout groups and the school groups and bringing him empty milk cartons to make his bricks and everything. We all remember that when we grew up, and then I have the pleasure of meeting so many people say, well, I helped him gather rock, and I helped him bring milk cartons, and we made bricks, and it's so a pleasure because how many people and friends he had, it was just unbelievable.
And I'm sure the children, they got an education too, because he was talking to them about what this was designed from, and And they've got a history lesson in themselves, too.
Well, he gave lessons all the time. It's like the jail over there, and there's a guy in jail right over there, and he's a litter bug, and nobody's allowed to talk to him. And then the kids will say, well, he's not real. No, well, there's a lesson to be learned, you know. Even though it's a litter bug, he's in jail, and he did lessons like that all the time. You were getting a lesson because he was a school teacher also for a while.
Oh, I see.
He came to Hamilton County as an engineer, and then when the Depression came, he was taught school, and then he retired from Standard Publishing, where he was an editor in 1955.
Was there any other facts about the castle you wanted to tell us about that we haven't covered yet?
Well, defensive-wise, it was real easy for just a few knights to defend it. Like the narrow windows, it's hard to shoot in, but it's easy to shoot an arrow out.
Exactly.
The doors have so many thousands of nails in them, so if you try to chop them down, they won't chop down, and so many different pieces of wood, and all this stuff makes it so authentic.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, it does.
So it's
because it was like a fortress. They made it thick. They made it where it was impenetrable,
right.
And so it does look authentic, very much so.
He went to 4 different colleges to do this. You just don't wake up someday and can be able to build a castle.
Right, I understand that.
So there was quite a bit of education in this, and that's why he was into teaching lessons. He just he'll always constantly 10 bricks here, 10 windows here, and everything to remind us of the 10 Commandments all the time. So when he wasn't around and everything, things would be instilled upon you because he put them in the walls.
Right. Wasn't going to let you forget.
No.
Well, thank you, Sir Joe. I appreciate talking with you and all this information.
If it sounds like...
Thank you again for watching another edition of History in Your Own Backyard. And remember, travel slowly and stop often. Bye. See you next time.